Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Colorado Avalanche franchise mode. So in last episode we had the off season where we drafted a 73 overall low elite defenseman in Mark Darmour. He's going to be in Halifax this season because he's not AHL eligible, but he should get a pretty good shot of growth hopefully this season. And then also our franchise goalie is still in the WHL, so he's going to be playing in Prince Albert because we drafted a franchise goalie as well. So anyways, we simmed the preseason as well, and we made a couple free agent signings, including signing Jan Bulis, and who else was it? I have some defensemen in Luke Richardson and Matthew Dandino. And then also we signed Mike Dunham for backup, and scratched-wise we got Patrick Poulin. So we got some decent forwards. Hopefully we could have a better season simulation, like in terms of playoffs and all that stuff as well. Because this team has just been backtrending in the last 3 seasons. Like I said, year number 1 we made the conference finals, year number 2 the second round, and year number 3 the first round. So hopefully, I'm hoping for a big year this year. And we're gonna keep on checking in on our players in the system as well. Like I said, I want to check on Darmour, see how he's doing in the QMJHL, because I'm hoping he has another outstanding offensive season down there. Because maybe he was just playing on a really good team and that's why he had so much good numbers. But he was the best defenseman in the draft that was from the QMJHL. So he was the highest scouted, highest rated player. Okay, so Edmonton, we win 5-1. Mighty Ducks, can we beat them? They don't have Timo Solani anymore. We beat them 5-4. So our offense is off to a good start in the first 2 games. And then we lose to Pittsburgh and Carolina. Hopefully we could have a good season simulation here, guys. And hopefully the AHL team could do good as well, because Ralph Culp is on his way up. Our first round pick from a couple years ago. And wow, Jan Bulis has already been injured. So I guess Poulin will just jump into his spot. But yeah, anyways, hopefully the AHL team does good, because Ralph Culp is doing good. He's up to a 71. And also Zadorov, who we drafted 2 seasons ago, is up to a 68. So I'm hoping those 2 guys could build up some chemistry down there and hopefully carry the team to victory, because right now they're playing pretty good, 2-1. I know it's still early, but hopefully they do play good all year around and make the playoffs, because they made the second round last year, almost made it to the conference finals. Okay, so Poulin, you're going to come back out, even though you probably, you're a -1, that's not that good. Jan Bulis, hopefully Bulis actually turns out to be a decent forward. Actually, yeah, because he's younger than everybody almost on our team. He's 23. He's got medium top 9 potential. We beat Montreal 4-3. Can we beat the Penguins this time around? We lost them last time, and we beat them this time. Good job. 5-3, so a bit of an iffy start, kind of back and forth. Games against Chicago and the Islanders. I'm expecting the Islanders to kind of make a playoff push this year, because last year they did, and they've made some good pickups over the last couple seasons, like Ray Whitney and Jeff Reason. So I think the Islanders could be a team that make the playoffs this season. And do we beat the Islanders? Yes, we do. Good job, boys. 7-3. So now that's a good start for sure. No, I don't want to trade that goalie prospect yet either. Even though we have a franchise goalie, I want to make sure that guy's still there as well, because he could be a backup of the future. So 8-3 in our first month. Good job, boys. Let's go another month or 2. I'm not going to take a look at the player stats till we're probably at the trade deadline, if we don't go past the deadline in this episode. Because like I said, I want to be able to check also all the guys in the minors and all that stuff, stats, because our future is probably more important than how we're currently playing, because our team, like I said, we're on the back trend, so I just want to make sure we have a good enough prospects, because or else we could be falling back farther and farther if we give up our first and whatnot. So Avalanche has been injured. That is a big shot on the defensive core, because he's probably our best offensively minded defenseman. Game against Detroit, who won the Stanley Cup last season. And we beat them 3-0. Sorry about clearing my throat. I don't know why, just when I talk a lot, I lose it that easily. Game against Phoenix, and we lose to them. Not a surprise considering they took us out last year. I wonder what off-season moves teams made. I would have taken a look at the lines, but it takes a lot of time out of each episode to look through all the lines and whatnot. And I wouldn't be able to get a lot of the season probably simulated. So Avalanche back into the lineup. I think one of the guys that's expendable if we do decide to make a move this year is Adam Deadmarsh though. Just because he's playing on the third line and he's listed as a second liner. Like he might be one of these guys that we could flip away if we want to at like the draft or something. He actually might have 1 year left now. Because last year might have been his second year, so I might not trade him. I might just let him go eventually. So we're kind of struggling this month. We got mostly losses. Yeah, we are struggling this month. We're letting in a lot of goals. I'm not liking that. 12-9 after, what was the start, like 10-3 or 7-3 or something like that. The Sharks are playing really good right now. Can we beat them? Yes, we shut them out. That's good. Beating one of the top teams in the league. No thank you. I don't need Sylvain Cote. It seems like a lot of teams want to trade for prospects because they don't have deep enough prospects pools, which makes sense because I got rid of all the actual prospects, really. Game against Vancouver. Come on, guys. Let's get some wins. We've been struggling this month. It's a long simulation, and we win 6-4. 14-10. We have not tied a game yet. Just surprising. Game against Montreal. Damn, Yell's been injured. I guess Poulin will go in there. And we lose to Montreal. So 14-11. So yeah, we're kind of dropping off a bit. And our HL team is kind of as well. We're currently still second though in our division. Only 2 points back of the Sharks, who have a 14-6-2 record. And Forsberg's got 32 points in 25 games. So the top line is definitely contributing. Let me just go to progress reports already quickly. Just because I'm curious on how our main prospects, like our franchise goalie and stuff, are playing. Darmour is up to a 76 already. And he's listed as a depth defender. See, that's why I drafted this guy. Damn. 76, 19 years of age. Whew. He's getting a lot of growth right out of the get-go. 7 points in 18 games. Yeah, this guy might be one of those guys that ends up being one of those Norris Trophy winning defensemen if he actually plays like that in the NHL. And our franchise goalie's up to a 51 now. He's getting a lot of growth. And he is currently 7-9-4. He's got 2 shutouts. He's kind of playing a bit bad, but that's expected. He's only a 51. So let's continue our simulation. Hopefully Darmour could get to being a actual NHL ready defenseman by like the start of next season. Like I would have kept him in the NHL, but I don't know if it makes sense to play like a 73 overall defenseman like what he started at. So let's go another month. Game against the SM Liga. Can we beat them? Come on, boys. Oh my god, we lost to Finland. Yeah, this team, I don't know what is the problem. Is it just because we have a lot of older guys? Like, do we have to make some youth? Like, Fleury is old, technically, and Sakic, and, well, Forsberg kind of getting up there. And then Patrick Wall is old, obviously. Stefan Yell is back, so Patrick Poulin, you're going to come out of the lineup. How did you do on that third line? 2 assists, not too bad. So Stefan Yell, there you go. Put you in the lineup. Okay, so hopefully we could continue winning. We just won 2 in a row. Game against the New York Islanders, and then we have a 2-game road trip against St. Louis and the Swedes. Just imagine if this was real life NHL though, going from like playing on the road in St. Louis to Sweden and then going back home to Colorado to play the Flyers in the matter of 4 days. Like your guys would be so jet lagged. Like it's like doing the Globe series or whatever it was called. So we've lost a couple more games. Damn, this team is kind of scaring me on their performance. Like if we miss the playoffs this year though, like then we're still falling even farther back. Like it just, I don't know what's wrong with this team because we got like solid enough players on our top 6. Our bottom 6 maybe could use some improvements. Our defense could use probably some improvements. And then I think that's pretty much it, though. Like, I wonder if it's just because of the fact that, like, since this is, like, one of those old, not rematches, older rosters, if a lot of the other teams are built a lot stronger than us, even though we might not know it. Because it's kind of hard to build a roster that's good for, like, early 2000s rosters, because there's a lot of tough teams in those days. Like, some teams would just miss the playoffs out of the skin of their teeth, so... Well, we are on a 2-game winning streak because we both beat 2 tough teams in Detroit and Dallas, and now we're actually on a 4-game winning streak, so that's good. That's going to definitely help us out in terms of standings. Can we beat Edmonton here to end the month? Yes, we do. So 5-game winning streak, back-to-back shutouts actually too. And we're 22-15-2. Looking good, looking good. Let's actually go right up to, the deadline. And then we'll take a look at if we need to make any trades or not. Like, I might just not make trades a lot in this series, like I've been doing, because you guys don't really suggest any trades anyways. And I don't think we need to make trades sometimes when we play really good. But then again, that could be our downfall and why we don't make the playoffs that far. Like, we just have been, like, ever since we let go of, like, Claude Lemieux and Valerie Kamensky, we've just kind of dropped off a lot. Even though those guys were old too, it's just, I don't know what's with this team. Like, we're good during the season, but we're not good during the playoffs. Game against Buffalo, is it ties? So we have back-to-back ties. Game against the Mighty Ducks and then the Sharks. Wow, Anaheim is struggling without Timo Solani. They might be one of those teams that go after the first overall pick this year. And Whitfield, who is our goaltending prospect, our backup goaltending prospect, has broken his thumb, so that's not good for the minors. I don't know how he's been playing, but the HL team's around 500. Game against Vancouver is another win, so we're still winning games, actually. We have not lost a game in regulation since before last month, so this is definitely helping us out in standings. Like, we haven't even lost in overtime yet. There's a loss to the Boston Bruins to end our point streak. Game against the Czechs, and then we're in Sweden again. Can we beat the Czechs, who are struggling as well? Yes, we do. Sweden is struggling. Like, ever since making the playoffs 2 years ago or whatever it was, they've just been dropping off too. We lose to them though. Game against Buffalo, and then we got Tampa Bay and New Jersey. Tampa Bay, hopefully they're actually starting to be a really good playoff team because of the Cavalier growing or something. Yeah, they're playing really good right now. So they actually might have a chance to win the Cup in 2003-04, which is technically next season, I think. Yeah, I think it's next season. Okay, so 29-19-4 at February. Okay. We're getting offered... no, I don't need Jaroslav Bednar. We're still going up all the way to the trade deadline. So if we go past the deadline again, we'll look at the trades that happen around the league, just so you guys can get a feel for any of the offers. Boyd Devereaux, that's not actually that bad because he's young, but I don't want to give up a second and a fourth. So, like, I don't think it makes sense to trade for Boyd Devereaux because I think he's only got, like, bottom 6 potential. So we beat the Swedes there 2-1 in a tight game to get our 30th win of the season. So after kind of a struggling start, like for the first 2 months, we've been playing really good since, so I'm liking that. 30-20-4 game against LA and in San Jose. Actually, we're on a 3-game road trip. And Sylvain Lefebvre has been injured with an injured stomach, so that's going to have to put in, what the heck's that guy's name? Mike McBain from Tampa Bay that we used, like, yeah, we picked him up from Tampa Bay. We beat LA. Can we beat the Sharks? Pat Verbeek is on waivers. Detroit has put him on waivers, but he's got 2 years left on his contract. Yeah, he's dropping off a lot. He might be one of these guys to retire this year, so I'm not going to accept, claim him off waivers. We beat the Sharks 8-1. Jeez. And no, I don't need Darren Shan. No thanks. He's been playing in the minors anyways. And Whitfield is backliners. So, oh, how's Zaharov's up to a 70? Nice. We're getting growth in our prospects, and I like that. Let's take a look, actually. Zadorov, yeah, 70 overall, and Culp up to a 73. Culp has 31 points already, so yeah, Culp is going to have a better season than his first 2 years. It's good to see. And then Zadorov, 30 points in 47 games. Yeah, he's playing pretty good as well. It could be just a power play unit, but still, those two guys are getting points. And they're getting growth, which is what we need, because I want those guys to be NHL ready as soon as possible. Because who knows, somebody like Stefan Yell could leave, and then we need a center again, and I don't want to just keep signing free agents. So, Lefebvre back into the lineup. He's probably dropping off. No, he's not dropping off yet, but he's probably going to be one of these guys that retire in a couple seasons if we keep him around. Like, I'd like to keep him around because he's a really solid defensive defenseman like he was in real life, but I don't know if he's just worth the money. Like, even though there's no cap, it's just like, I don't know if I want to bring in a younger guy or whatnot. And New Jersey's still killing it. Probably Brodeur's going to have, like, another Vezina winning season or something like that, because Patrick Waugh has yet to win anything. It's been Brodeur and Hebibul, and that's been the best goalies so far. Ted Drury in a third. I wouldn't mind bringing in Ted Drury just so we have both Drury brothers, but Ted would be a depth guy on this team, so I'm going to just reject that because I don't really need to trade away picks for depth forwards. No, I don't need Peter Worrell, even though in real life he played for Colorado, and I think it was around this point in time. I don't really need an enforcer guy like Peter Worrell. Like, maybe that's what we need for the playoffs, I don't know. Somebody that fights the guys that hit our guys. Jan Heda, no thank you, even though he's still kind of young, actually. He's probably like 24 now, because I think he was like 20 years old in the first year. But we are playing some good hockey here. Spencer Martin has been injured with a concussion, so that means we're going to have to rely on Whitfield to be our starter probably. Yeah, our AHL team's probably not going to make the playoffs based on their amount of losses, but at least they're getting some points and some experience. At least Culp and Zadorov. Because Culp could be ready in the next 2 seasons. Like, he might be a guy that gets into the NHL at like an older age, like 21, 22. But still, he might make the NHL soon. Peltonen has been injured, so Poulin's going to jump in. And Spencer Martin's already back. Damn, that was a short concussion. So, Kevin Kara, you're out. In goes Martin. Game against Ottawa, and then we have the deadline. And we win 3-0. So, yeah, I'm probably going to just continue simulating. No, I want to take a look at the trades, but Sakic's got 72 points this season. And we're first in our division, so yeah, I think I'm not going to make any trades. And yeah, the Islanders are doing exactly what I was saying earlier. They have 91 points already, and they're 40-11-11. Damn. Yeah, the Islanders are making some good moves. Okay, so yeah, let's advance past the trade deadline, because I'm not making trades. And we win against Florida. Let's take a look at what trades happened around the entire league. Hopefully there was some good ones. So Tommy Salo has been acquired by the Philadelphia Flyers for a first, a second, and LeBlanc. I think that was a pick that went late last, like 4th round last year. So that's who San Jose gets. Calgary gets a 3rd and a 4th for a 3rd, and Joey Kocur. So Kocur's off to the Czechs. Chicago gets a 1st and a 2nd, and Jan Heda from Nashville, and acquired for Dean McCammond and Bob Corkum. So Nashville might have given up a lottery pick with that one for next year, unless they think they're actually going to be that good, because Dean McCammond and Bob Corkum aren't really that good of players. Buffalo has acquired Bob Bugner from Washington in exchange for a 3rd and a 6th. Phoenix has acquired Daryl Sador from San Jose for a 1st, a 2nd, and a prospect of Lundin. Toronto has acquired Andre Nicolishin and Benoit Brunet from Washington for a 1st and a 2nd. Montreal has acquired a 2nd from Tampa Bay for Doug Smolik and a 4th. New York Islanders have acquired Corbin Knight in a 2/7 from the Penguins for Colin Paradis, who must be a prospect, in a 6th. The Czechs acquire Pavel Rosa and Kent Manderville from LA for a 2nd and a 3rd. New Jersey gets a 3rd, Ian Moran, and a 5th from the Rangers for 2/3. Carolina gets a 1st, Amarit Mitchell, I think his name is, he's a prospect guy, and a 3rd for Martin Jelena and Glenn Wesley. So Carolina offloading 2 older guys. New York Islanders getting Alexander Korolyuk. That's actually a pretty good pickup for their playoff run. For Philip Sillinger, who's a prospect, in a 4th. Boston gets Tyler Wright. Yeah, I think it's Tyler Wright in a 4th. And Jan Vopat from Pittsburgh for 2/3. Damn, lots of trades. Nashville gets a 2nd, a 3rd, and Pierre Worrell from Vancouver for Jamie McLennan. The Germans get a 2nd, a 3rd, and some prospect bullish for John Druce in a 3rd. Detroit gets David Vaborny and Mike Keane. Damn. So David Vaborny's been moved multiple times for a 1st in Jared McIsaac. So Jared McIsaac's one of these prospects I didn't get rid of. And in Chicago has also got Detroit's 1st. So Detroit's going for a 3rd cup. LA has acquired 2 firsts and Gibson from New Jersey in exchange for Josef Stumpel and Brian Muir. So New Jersey is making a run for a cup as well. Damn. Doug Bodger went to Phoenix from Edmonton for a 3rd, some prospect Purcell and a 5th. And then Calgary has acquired a 1st and a 3rd from the New York Islanders for Andrew Castles. So yeah, a lot of the teams that are like going far in the playoffs, like the Islanders and the Devils, they're making huge splashes in terms of trades. So maybe that's our problem. So maybe next year we will make actually a trade at the deadline to help us out. But damn, just some big trades to help them out, like Detroit even as well. Like if Detroit wins a 3rd cup in like this GM mode in the first 4 years, that would be pretty insane. Like they've missed the playoffs only once so far. Okay, come on guys, let's get some wins. Hopefully somehow we could go far in the playoffs this year, because I think we're going to be a playoff team unless we fall apart completely. Lefebvre has been injured. We'll go replace player. Yeah, we're struggling a bit this month, but we beat Detroit somehow, but we lose to Dallas, and Lefebvre is already back. Yeah, I think our problem is just not making trades at the deadline. Like some of these guys I don't really want to move, but I think that might be the problem with us, because a lot of the teams that are going far in the playoffs, they're making big splashes, while us, we're just sitting quiet and keeping hold of our same team. So maybe if for next season simulation for next year, you guys suggest some trades, because we might have to make some trades at the deadline, even if we don't want to. So Peltonen is back. He missed quite a bit actually with that injury. So Poulin, you are out. In goes Peltonen. There you go. Game against the Edmonton Oilers is a nice 2-0 shutout. And Spencer Martin has been injured again, damn. Yeah, the AHL's had some big injuries, it seems like. We lose to Ottawa, and oh my god, you gotta be joking me. Captain Joe Sakic has gone down with an injury till April the 15th, so yeah, he's gonna miss some of the first round. That really hurts. Like, that's the worst possible time for that. Oh, well, I mean, Peter Forsberg and Fleury could still do good, but damn, that is not the type of injury we want. Like, we still actually go on a 4-game winning streak, 5-game winning streak to go into the playoffs without Sakic, so that's nice. But damn. Okay, so let's take a look at our player stats for year number 4. We'll also check our prospect stats, and that'll be it for this episode, because this episode is kind of running a bit long. We'll also check the standings. So let's go to the standings first, see where we finished. Actually, is every team done yet? Let's make sure. Yeah, every team is done. Okay, so we could check the standings, and then we'll check who we're also up against round. So we finished, did we finish top of the league almost? No, we did not. Damn, the New York Islanders, 122 points. Damn, that is insane. They've literally went from like being one of the worst teams in the last few years to the best team 55, 14, and 12. Damn. Jeez. And then St. Louis second. We finished third in the league, so that's nice to see that. So goals for per game. The New York Islanders were first, 3.18, but we were third with 2.95. So we were a really good offensive team. Goals against per game. The New York Islanders were first again, so they had the best offense and defense. Damn. We finished fifth with 2.18 goals against per game. Power play percentage. Our power play was second best in the league behind, guess who, the New York Islanders, who had the best of everything so far. 21%. Their power play was 26.1%. Damn. Penalty kills. Their penalty kill was not that good though. Ours isn't that good either. Yeah, we kind of struggled on the penalty kill, 83.8%. Where's the Islanders though? Out of curiosity. So the Islanders, yeah, they were worse than us on the penalty kill, so that's the only thing that they were worse at. Our home record was the best in the league, 26, 11, and 4. Our away record was the fourth best in the league, 23, 15, and 2. While the Islanders were 36 and 4 on the road, so they were dominant on the road. They were dominant all over. Hopefully they don't win the Stanley Cup this year, because that would be kind of shameful to see a team go from 0 to 100 and win the Cup. So Forsberg 85 points this year, Fleury 83 points, and Sakic 81 points, even though he missed the last 5 games. Yeah, it was basically our top line that did really good. Damn. Good point production throughout the entire lineup, it looks like, as well. Like, Patrick Bullen had 9 points as a depth guy. 1 point for McBain. Goalie-wise, Patrick Watt was actually really good. 932 save percentage, 10 shutouts, and a 1.96. Mike Dunham got wins, but he didn't have the greatest goals against. Okay, in terms of the entire league, let's just quickly check this. We're not going to go in depth with it. So Forsberg led the league in points with 85 points, and then it was Joe Thornton. So we have another award. Nicely done, Forsberg. How about goals? Paul Kariya, 41 goals this year. Damn, that's almost 10 more than the second place player. Goalies. Patrick Waugh might have been the best goalie in this thing. Unless Broder's 11 shutouts gets him the chance. But I think Patrick Waugh might actually take home the Vezina this year for us. Potentially, which would be really good. I don't even know who the Islanders goalies were though. Like, the Islanders were really good, but their goalies aren't. Oh, there you go. Roman Turek. Oh, so they picked up Turek from Dallas. Huh, okay. So now that that's done, let's quickly take a look at our prospect and see how they did. And then we'll take a look at who we're up against in the first round of the playoffs. So, progress reports. Let's see how Mark Darmour did in the minors, or not in the minors, in the Q. Wow, we got actually a lot of players that grew. So, our franchise goalie's up to a 58 now. He went 24, 18, and 5 with 7 shutouts and 902 save percentage in 3.09 goals against average. It's a great season from Ross Carter. Hopefully he continues to grow. Mark Darmour up to an 81 overall. Yes, that is why I drafted this guy. He's up to a top 6 defenseman. And he didn't have as good of a year down there, actually. 24 points in 50 games, but he was still plus 12. 6 penalty minutes. Damn. Yeah, he's growing a lot. Like, his puck skills are still okay. His offensive awareness up to an 84. Drafted a really good defenseman, I think. He's got good shooting categories. His defensive awareness is an 87 already. And he's got really good skating for his size. Good checking. Yeah, this guy's going to be a really good defenseman. He's going to be on our top 6. He's probably going to be even on our top 4 next season. And other prospects. Zadorov's up to a 71. And Culp is up to a 74. Okay. So, a pretty good season nonetheless. Now let's see who we're up against in the first round of the playoffs. Hopefully it's a team that we have a chance to beat. And it's going to be Phoenix again, so it's exactly the same as last year. We're going to take on the Phoenix Coyotes in the first round of playoffs. Hopefully we could get the best of them this time. So let's take a look at their line, see if they've changed up at all. So Tkachuk, Briere, Doan, still the exact same, except for Doan and Briere have gotten some growth. They did lose, it looks like, quite a few pieces, because now they have Wendell Clark, Robert Reichel, and Randy McKay as their second line. LaPointe, Lang, and Kovalenko as their third. Hogue, Scott Thornton literally changes teams. Like, we dropped him to free agency, and he signs with the team that took him out in the playoffs. And Dallas Drake. Defensively, Sidor and Carney, Newman and Tverdovsky, Lume and Hatchers. So, and then they must have lost Nikolai Heavy-Bulin. Damn. Yeah, they must have lost Nikolai Heavy-Bulin unless he's injured. Renford and David Tendek. Oh, yep, Heavy-Bulin's currently injured, so that might be our chance to get to the next round. But we're without Sakic, so. Damn, wait, how long is Heavy-Bulin out for? Because if he's out for the entire playoffs or something, that would be very nice. Because I know we don't have Sakic, but we've been still able to score without him. Let's take a quick check at this. Phoenix, he's not back till April the 20th because he broke his finger. So it's not for 9 days, so he's probably out for 4 games at least. Let's take a quick look at the calendar. Yeah, he's not back till Game 6 if the series goes that long, so I think we might have actually a solid chance if we could beat Bill Ranford. If Bill Ranford plays really good and then Heavy-Bulin comes back to close out the series, then that's not going to be good for us. But anyways, that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of Colorado Avalanche franchise mode. So next episode, we will take it to the first round of the playoffs and face off against our rivals in the Phoenix Coyotes. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.